second quarter of every single year is called reality check season, okay? We're officially in reality check season. What does that mean? That means 80% of those highfalutin, amazing goals that most people set, New Year's revolutions. New Year's resolutions, 80% of those New Year's resolutions that people were committed to, and they were like, friend, hold my hand, make me accountable, I am going to get this thing done. 80% of those, they fizzled out, not in the second quarter right now. Honey, they fizzled out in like the second week of February. By the second week of February, 80% of folks had already started giving up on their dreams. I know I'm not talking to you because you're not that kind of writer. That's why you're here. That's why you're locked in. This video is precisely to help you lock in those moments where you're asking yourself, I'm not too sure, where am I going next? In those moments where you need to rewrite your entire life story, maybe even rebrand your whole life story, I have 5 powerful questions that are going to help you beat that reality check season. Because guess what? When your ambition starts getting chipped away by so-called reality, by the bills, by responsibilities that you have, by external politics that nobody can control, at least I mean, some fools can control, right? But like nobody can control the whole global economy. Nobody can control all of global politics. So what are the things that you can control, and what are some of the things that you can start doing right now in your life? Like today, I have an action plan for you to get you out from rut, from stuck, to actually taking action, to getting back into that driver's seat where you are just so fired up and feeling excited for this new year. I'm not saying I want you to be on a New Year's resolution kick, because I'm not really into New Year's resolutions like that. But I am saying, if you're ready to reset your life story, to press pause and be like, I don't like where this is going. And since I control the narrative, it's time for me to rewrite the story. This video is for you. Lock in, get a pen and paper. Let's get this, okay? Let's get this. This is so important, and it has to be written, preferably handwritten, and I really don't want you to skip the step. I know you've already heard Oprah and all of the gurus talking about gratitude and how important it is, and maybe you don't necessarily think about gratitude as being the most important place to start when you are reframing your life story. But let me tell you something. Starting from a mindset that is healthy, from a mindset that is full of good energy and good vibes, that is a game changer, and that actually is going to help you to be in the right frame, the right mindset, to be able to take action on the things that matter to you the most. So the first thing that I want you to do is write down 15 things that you are grateful for from this current and previous season that you are putting to bed. Got it? All right. Number 2, I want you to ask yourself, and this can be really intimidating and difficult, so take your time with this assignment. Ask yourself, what do you want? What do you want from the bottom of your belly? Not what social media is telling you should want, not what your mom wants you to want for yourself, right? What you should be doing, what your peers may be doing, not what your skill sets would have somebody who takes an exam believe this is what you should want. You are a lawyer, maybe you're trained as a doctor, and yet you find yourself having dreams that are far outside of what you've actually been trained for. I want you to become really honest, like completely honest with yourself, and just tell the truth of the thing that you do want, and understand the dreams that you had yesterday. It's okay for those dreams to shape, shift, and to become different. Maybe you want something that looks very different than what you wanted when you first entered law school and you were young and shiny. Maybe now you've had a little bit of practice and you understand, this thing, like this whole corporate law game, this is not for me. So I want you to be really clear on what you want. And I have to tell you, pro tip, to be clear on what you really want, often takes clarity within yourself, going inside and really getting quiet. So whatever it is that you need to take away the distractions and to take away all of the noise that is just part of our being alive on earth right now, whatever that is that you need to do, honey, do it. If it's a retreat, do it. If it is shutting all of the windows from the outside world, do it. If it is going on a media cleanse, like maybe for 24 hours, we don't watch the news so that we can get really clear on hearing ourselves and our internal voice. You have to hear it, and you have to hear it from your belly out. What is it that you want? Write it down. What do I want? Even as a mantra, repeat it to yourself. What do I want? Get really clear on what you want. Number 2. Number 3, I want you to do a retrospective of the season that has just passed and pick out the moments that you are most proud of. So what happened, and this is very different from gratitude, right? I can be really grateful for my son having been born. That is something that is huge, and it is a source of joy in my life every single day. But what I'm proud of, and especially gearing what I'm proud of within the realm of career, what I'm proud of is that I kept a business going and that I've kept a business going even when childcare was really challenging to me in the United States. So that is something that I'm really proud of. I want you to think about some of the challenges that you have, how you've risen above those challenges. I also want you to think about the highlight reels, the moments where you were bragging all over social media. Maybe you did graduate from law school and that's something that you're really proud of. Put that down. I want you to go through all of the moments. And pro tip, phones are fantastic for this, just because all of the moments where you're really proud, you probably took your phone out and started taking photos. So I want you to go through your camera and document. And also, our minds play tricks on us all the time. If you don't know this about yourself, let me just tell you, there's exercises that you can do that walk you through checking and catching yourself in real time of how many games your mind will play on you that are like, wow, my memory is totally unreliable. Maybe sometimes for the things that are good things that are happening in my life. Maybe I have a bias towards hanging on to the things that weren't fantastic. Maybe you have a bias towards the critic inside of your head. If you've been here on this channel, you may remember the story that I shared that a few years ago, I literally blacked out a huge writing award with like multiple zeros behind it that I won just because that's where my mind was at the time. Going through my phone would have helped me, and I want to save you that kind of drama and that kind of like, whoa, I can't even rely on my memory right now. Go through your phone and come up with all of the moments. It doesn't have to be 5, it doesn't have to be 3, it doesn't even have to be 15, whatever feels good to you. Go through for this current season that we're reviewing, go through and write all of the moments that you're most proud of. I also want you to write down all of the moments that were the most challenging, right? And what did you learn from those moments? So completely different from just what were their challenges. We want to hone in on the lessons. What did we gain from this particular time that is important for us to hold on to? Rewriting the story is the work of connecting the dots between the era that just passed, the lessons that you learned, the moments that you were most proud of and felt most in your power, connecting all of that and your current gratitude to what you really desire, what is at the bottom, at the pit of your stomach and your heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying and what I'm challenging you to is, once you're clear on what you really want, I want you to connect that future of where you're going to where you have been. How can the lessons that you've learned serve you in getting to where you need to go? How can the things that you're grateful for right now, how are those playing as resources that will propel you towards where you're going? How can all those moments that you're super proud of, maybe it is that law degree from a fancy school, maybe that is one of the things that you're proudest of, and you really, what you want and what feels crazy ambitious and bizarre to desire is wanting to become a content creator, an influencer, a fashion influencer of all things. Very different from having gone to, say, Columbia Law School. If that is your story, I want you to connect back. Think about how being a lawyer actually sets you apart, makes you a more interesting and different and well-positioned influencer than most people who wake up one day and decide they want to become a content creator. Do you see where I'm going with this? Are you picking up what I'm pulling down? Because it's a playbook.
And it's really good.
And if you're really serious about getting where you want to go, you definitely want to take notes on this. You write down one specific thing that you can get done totally messy today towards that goal. What is one action step that you can take today based on everything that you have just done to get you closer towards what you want and where you are going? And I want you to do it in the messiest way possible. This is not about perfection. It is about completing an action step towards where you're going and completing it before the sun goes down today. Okay? If it's already dark and you're watching this video, I need you to complete it before the sun comes up. Okay? It is so important for you to take action. It is also so important for you to understand action that's not rooted in stillness, in quiet, in going to that belly place. That action is only going to get you more frustrated because you're going to be doing circles, doing the same and staying stuck in that era that it's time for that era to end. How's this sound? I've given you a 5-step program, and I know that this 5-step program works because I have used it myself to reset in moments where I felt unwood, and it doesn't necessarily have to be at the end of the year. What I love about using it at this particular time of year is exactly that. It combats this reality check season. You don't have to be in a reality check season, honey. You can be living in ambition season all day, okay? And you can also be living in a season where you're taking stock of where you've been so that you're really clear on where it is that you're marching to in the future. If this has been helpful to you, I would really love to hear from you. And if this has been helpful to you and you want to go a little bit deeper, maybe you're looking for coaching around this type of goal setting, and strategic about the next steps in your life, and having somebody who understands how to hold your hand and hold you both very firmly and also very firmly say when bullshit is popping, because you understand the thing that Harvard researchers, all kinds of researchers have long told us: you get there so much faster if you're doing it in community. Yo, hit me up in the description. I have links to my coaching because I understand just how powerful it is to work in community with somebody when you are at a pivotal point in your life. And thank you so much for being here. It is always a delight to spend time with you. I am Mahawadi, and on this channel we help you speak with confidence and clarity so you can really step into your power. I'm also really excited to share a project that I am launching every Sunday. Here you can find conversations that drop with some of the most amazing and intriguing and inspiring minds right here. Check it out. Thank you so much for being here. Was that useful? You want to go even deeper? I'd love to support you. My coaching program can help you make money and spark action whenever you speak with intention. Book time to chat using the link in the description box below. Also, leave a comment if this video offered something you needed to hear today, or if you have a question you want me to unpack in next week's episode. Fresh episodes drop every Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Hit subscribe to get a notification so you never miss a beat. Thank you so much for being here. I want you to know that your story matters, and I'm here to help you stand out from the stage to the page.